So I've had several people ask me about my product tags and how I do them, these right here. Um, and after teaching Josh West a little bit last night, I decided on an easier way than what I was doing that I feel more comfortable making this video. And so I'm going to guide you through it. I'm going to try to remember to put in at the very end that little safeguards that you can use to back up your site if you make any mistakes. So with all that said, let's dive in and get started on what we're doing. So the first thing you want to do is you're going to want to go into settings and optional fields, and you want to create an optional field. I'm going to go down to the one I already have. I'm not creating a new one. I name it like this because that makes it easy for me to find later on. If you want to put none as the default value, you're more than welcome to. I'm not doing that because some different little issues I had, but that's a personal thing, not something that you can do. So none as the default. Select is the type, and then the options are none, comma, space popular, comma, space new arrival, comma, space coming soon. Okay, those are the options. For this video, I would try to do those same options if you want to get creative and do something in addition to or different than. That will not be covered in this video. The display on page will be inventory and extra details will work. So you're going to save and close it and then reopen it because it's going to be important to have this number right here. So now the next thing you want to do is you're going to go into WordPress and you're going to go down to Inflatable Office and Shortcoder. Now there's two places to put this, in my opinion. You can choose to put it in one, doesn't matter. Go to your IO category page and you're going to, this is the code. Go ahead and write this down, pause the video, write this down and copy it, okay? Now what's going to change is this number right here needs to change to whatever your new one is. Do not use mine, it will not work. So whenever you save and close and then reopen it, you're going to take this number here, copy it, and paste it into this number and this number. Do not change these percentages. IO says that you can use asterisks, but the asterisks do not work. You have to use the double percentages, so just leave those there. I only recommend changing this number. Okay, so now how do you know where to put this at? This is, I believe if you want to, you can just put it right here, right underneath the class equals cat_div. But to make sure, what you're going to do is you're going to go onto your page, your category page, and you're going to right click and click inspect. And that's going to bring in this little box here. It could be over on the side, it could be bottom, it could be at the top, I don't know. And then this button here, hover over these three and they'll see what they do. And this first one will say select an element on the page. So you click it, it's now highlighted. We're going to find the picture where the whole page is highlighted and select it. We don't want to do the image, we want to do above this button, okay? Because that button, we want to just, I'm telling you, that's what we want to do. That's a hover button. So what you're going to do is click on the class and you're going to control C, and then you're going to open back your shortcoder. Control F is going to find it, or bring up the finder, and V is paste it. Once you paste that class, it doesn't have to be the same class mine is, okay? Just whatever element you're doing. You're going to paste this code that you just created and right above that, okay? Make sure it's its own line. Do not put it inside, nothing. Right there is where you want it. The placement of this is very important so you do not break the code, okay? Once you've placed the code there, you're going to go down to the bottom and you're going to click IO rental. Inside IO rental, we're going to find an item. Let's go to slides. At what one's popular? I'm trying to find one that I haven't marked yet as popular. Or popular. We'll do this one. Update this, and I like mine right. So I'm going to hit the inspector again. I'm going to select that, and I have H1 class now, but it's inside a div. I want to make sure I'm inside that or above that div. So we're going to go select, Control C, in our element here. We're going to Control F to find it, and then V to paste what we did. We found it, and then I'm pasting that code right above it. Okay, I do not want to put it inside there. I want to make it its own element right above. All right, once you've done that, the next thing you want to do is you're going to go back into I/O and find all the products that you want to do that to. So I'm going to go find that. Did I say it was a Patriot run? Patriot run and slide. I'm going to go to my extra details, and I'm going to take this and select popular. Save it. And then I'm going to go settings, WordPress. Go through and do all your inventory. Don't just do this for each one, okay? Go through and mark all your inventory. And then force sync so that it'll show up quicker. I would force sync for you so you're not having to wait forever to get to the next step. However, once you do it, I wouldn't force sync every single time, right? This is just to finish this setup, and then once you're done setting up, every time you add a new one, you don't have to force sync, okay? It'll do it eventually. All right, so now I'm going to go to one that I already have just to make this easy. So we're going to go in here. So we're inside here. You're going to come here and customize. It will not like this. This is what we're doing now. And we're going to go additional CSS and then just find an open spot. I'm going to scroll down to where mine's at. You're going to find an open spot. I use this as a comment tag for those of you that are like really clean about everything. I comment that the following code is the product flag code. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is you can basically write down and copy all of this. I'm not going to just give you files. You guys can do a little bit of work on it and copy all of this so that it'll work, okay? If you're following along, all this will work and make it look exactly like mine. However, if you want to customize it, what you would do is this is a new arrival, so we're going to find new arrival, and then we can change the background color. If you want, you can find the hex code. This is the hex code right here. And these last two are transparency. That's why I use hex. But if you don't want to use hex and you want to do something more bold, you can say blue and it changes it to blue. And then the color is the font color, so you can say white and it changes it to white. I had it highlighted. Changes it to white. And you can do that and it's a little bit more obvious. I like it like this. And that's how you can customize these colors to be different, okay? Again, I like the hex code and the last two digits. If you notice, this number is the same as this number, and then I add 2 digits up here to make it more transparent so they're the same. You can find your brand's hex code. That'd be ideal. Make your own brand one and make the stuff the same. So as you're adding this in, you should be able to see this on the images that you don't have it. And then you're going to just click publish. Okay, I don't need to publish because I've already gone through all mine. All right, so now let's say you make a mistake. At the beginning, you start any of this, and I should have said this at the beginning of the video. I didn't, my bad. But it's here now. The first thing I would do if you don't already have it is go and add a new plugin. And find, let's just do it this way. Add new plugin and type in updraft. This one right here, the updraft backup and migration plugin, activate or install and activate that. once you activate that, before you start this entire program, you can come over here to Tools, nope, Settings maybe, Settings, Updraft plus Backups, and set up your backups to go to your Google Drive. That's what mine does. See, I have it synced to Google Drive. And then I back it up before I start anything. So if I mess anything up while I'm doing this, I can always come back in here and I can restore it. I can come down here and say restore, right? When you restore it, it'll take it back to this backup and everything will be fixed. On a more, that's a macro level, big picture. If you want it on a smaller level, so say you just made a small change, it didn't mess up your entire site. IO does have in the short coder. You can come down here and when you pick one of these, they give you, you can select versions based on the date. You can pick those and update here. Okay, so you pick them and it updates all that. You can do it in IO rental 1 too. Those are very key and very big. That way, if you mess up your site, no big deal. I try to do here first, and if this for some reason isn't working, then I use the updraft. I try not to use updraft unless I absolutely have to. This is the key right here. So I hope that helps you out. I hope you enjoy trying to learn this on your own. If you have any questions, I'm happy to help, but I will not do a ton more. I can't say that. That's a lie. If you have any questions, ask me, and I'll be happy to try to help. And other than that, I'll see you guys on the other side.